Okay, people, you gotta look down, way down, down to where lifetime loser like me lives. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm thinking that if a dummy like me can do this, and then you should be able to do it too. Okay, so we are talking lawsuits, how to get them started, how to get them filed, and whatnot. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you got to find out if you have a lawsuit. If you have a lawsuit and you feel strongly that you have a lawsuit against an entity, in my case, it's the city of Edmonton, the police, and my other lawsuit is the Alberta Crown Prosecution, Alberta Justice, Mickey Amory, and the prosecutor. Now, my cases deal with human rights complaints and whatnot that are documented through and through. Now, the issue is a lot of you people will see, or some of you, I shouldn't say a lot, some of you will go to YouTube and you'll see these American auditors and they're doing this crap about filming on sidewalks and their First Amendment. Now, first thing should be said is there are similarities between the American Constitution and the Canadian Constitution. And you have to know that the Canadian Charter of Rights is a section of the Canadian Constitution. Now, they are similar, so if something tweaks, if you know something is similar in America, it might be similar here in Canada, but you can't take the American. You have to do your own research on the Canadian Charter of Rights. Okay? Now, when you do get that far and you do figure out what's going on, you can get free advice. Now, how I did it is a lot of loyal referral services will, when you phone them up and they give you referrals, they'll ask you a certain section of the law. This is civil litigation. So you'll need, when you request for references for lawyers, you'll have to say it's a civil litigation issue with Canadian human rights or whatever, complaint or litigation, okay? Now, you use that 30 minutes and you can talk over the lawyer and you can do yourself a favor and give them general questions that you can ask and that he'll give answers that you'll understand. That'll save a lot more time instead of don't bother going into detail anything about with them. Just give them general questions, make sure you get the answers you need, and then move on to the next set of lawyers. Now, if you do like 10 lawyers and 8 lawyers tell you the same thing, and then you're good to go. So once you get the idea, okay, I got this lawsuit, this is what I'm going to fucking sue them on, you're going to have to get a statement of claim package. Now, if this dummy can do this, then I don't see why you can't do this. Now, you'll get a statement of claim, and now here in Alberta, if you're on disability, AISH, you won't have to pay for any of the payments, but you will need 3 concurrent months of payment slips. You fill this out right here. That's not you should hold off before I get into this. You have to fill this out first, okay? The statement of claims. Now, sorry about confusing you on this. Let's worry about the statement of claim. Now, you get the statement of claim. It's daunting. There's a lot of fucking words in here. And and it's going to tell you this, and it's going to tell you that, and it's going to tell you to phone these and this, and it's gonna bombard you with a lot of information. A lot of information. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to save you some time, and I'm going to show you how I did this. It might not help you. It might not, I'm just telling you my experience and the experience I'm going through, that maybe it'll help you out. Okay, so you get your statement of claim. It'll show you how to do the opening page. It'll give you a couple of examples of do the opening pages and how you should write it out. And that's going to be confusing because it's going to tell you this, it's going to tell you that. But here's your statement of claim. The judicial center is the city you live in. The plaintiff is you. The defendants are the people you're suing. This is the statement of claim. You have to put your address on, where you're living and where they're going to serve you. Okay, so you fill that out. The opening page. And then you got this, remedy sought, and it basically tells you have to write what you got, all this shit. So the easier way to think about this is, back in my day in school, we had to do things called book reports. We had to read a book, and then we had to give our opinion on the book and write out a report. You remember when you were in school, and this is my generation before they had the internet, we had to go to the library, we had to go to the encyclopedia section, pull out the information we required, and then do a book report on that. Now, back in the day when you were in school, you thought, oh, fuck. Where am I ever going to have to do a book report? Right here. This is the best way to explain how to do a statement of claim, is a book report. Back in the school. So if you were like me and you like book reports, this will be a non-factor for you. This will be easy. If you were a bookworm, easy. You have to search and research and find out the information that's required. Now, it would help if you knew the sections of the Canadian Charter that you have, that is whatever, that you're basing your lawsuit on. So once you get this, you're going to have to fill it out, and you're going to have to fill this out here. This is the statement of claim, which has been filed and whatnot. So in the statement of claim, you're going to state, it's easier like I did in mine in point form, like April 21st, the Edmonton police officers, I named the officers. I said what they said, and then I just marked down everything in point form, what they did. And then in my remedy facts, you see remedy sought, I, once again, point form, official acknowledgement and all defendants of their actions, apology letters from all defendants, and the termination of employment. Once you get this down and you get it filed, congratulations. Once they stamp that, you have just started yourself a lawsuit. Now, the most thing that you'll get is this. They will answer back to you with they're going to say, this was a stay. This is their letter of defense against the charges. So they're going to reply to you, and they have 20 days once you file this and get this stamp right here and get your statement of defense lodged in. So from that date, they have 20 days to reply back to you, which they'll call a statement of defense. Now, the statement of defense is going to slam you, and it's going to say that they're going to give reasons why they don't want this. They think your lawsuit is frivolous or whatever. So that'll give them their statement. So you will get served in the mail, because it should come mailed. They have to serve you with a statement. Now, I filled out my statement. I got my statement. And I got a ruling on my statement. As you can see here, the court will process and serve the order lifting the stay in this action, which means my lawsuit is legitimized because the judge read my statement of defense, agreed with my statement of defense, and he lifted the stay, which these guys wanted the lawsuit that I filed not to fucking go proceed any further. The judge ruled against that, and now we're going further. Now, when you fill this statement of claim out, and you have this paper right here, and you're going down, and you have your statement of claim filled out. You have it, you'll have the paper all ready to go. It's only 2 papers, as you can see. So the point form as to what the police did to you, and why you're suing. You see, it's only a 2-pager. It's not that hard to get a lawsuit filed and started. Like I said, if this dummy can do it, then you guys can do it. Or people that need to do this. Okay, this is your statement of claim. This is what you have to fill out. You see? This would be my statement of claim right here. And you see, I only used the statement of facts relied upon. So you put them in point blank forms like I did. I didn't go 1, 2, 3. I just went point. Just like in a quick book report, your rough notes, your rough copies on the book report, you put in point blank form. The points that you want to make in your book book report, same idea. Okay? So you put your claim in, you'll have this filled out. You'll peel this from the statement of claim. You'll need to go to the court with this, and you will have to have this with the 3 months of ACE payments, welfare payments. If you're on government assistance, you will be excluded once you fill this out. Okay? So you're gonna get yourself 3 months of statements. You're gonna fill this application out. It's pretty cut and dry. Just read it, go for it, put it in there, and then go. So once you get all these filled out, and you fill them out with your hand, with a pen, you write it all down. You're gonna take this form, and you're gonna take this form along with your identification and your 3 months of ACE payments, and you're going to go down to the King's Court into the claim offices, and you're going to hand them this first, the statement of claim, which should look something like this. Your name, the people you're suing, the defendants on here, your point blank reasons why you're suing, and the remedies which you're seeking. Okay? So you're going to have that. You're going to hand them the statement of claim first. They're going to review it, and then you will proceed to hand them the application of fee waiver with your 3 months of payments. They will fill this out. They will stamp this, and congratulations, you have made the first step into lawsuit. Okay? Once this is filed, once that stamp comes down and they stamp it, it's official. You have a lawsuit. Once this gets filed, you have a lawsuit, and you'll have your defendants will have 20 days from the time that it's stamped to reply to you with a letter of defense. That's what I went through with you just a second ago about the letter of defense. You'll get something like this. Okay? It'll have your name on it. It'll have against the people you're gone. And then it'll give them their reasons why they think the case against you is no good. Like here, they said my case was, my claim was frivolous, vexatious, and abusive process of faith. That'll be the first thing, because you're not using a lawyer, so they're not going to take you seriously, and that's going to be an advantage to you. Because if it's the police that screwed you up, and the reason why you're suing is the main cause is the police actions, they're not very smart. They only got a GED. So they will, being as dumb as they are, they will probably and most likely document what they did to you on their own reports blindly, because it's so corrupt that they think, their supervisor, their watch commander, their supervisor, the Edmonton Police Commission, ACERT, the Crown Prosecutor are all going to back them up. So, it's arrogance. And that's why my case, we are past all that, and I am waiting for a court date now. What my next section is: discovery, meditation, and whatnot. So we are going on with my lawsuits on with that. But I am just stating this because a lot of people are getting screwed around and they don't know their rights, and the rights that they are being taught are non-consequential, non-important rights, like filming on a sidewalk like some little bitch and whatever. When you're an ex-convict, your rights are being violated by the police constantly. As an ex-convict, I am sick of it. So this is why I am doing all this. I am sick of being thrown in jail and then just charges dropped, and it's like, oh well. I am sick of being falsely accused. I am sick of them wasting thousands upon thousands of taxpayer dollars just to try to get back at me. So this is the reason why I did my lawsuits. You will have to have your own reasons why, and you'll have to believe and have faith in them, because when you get into this, the stress of this, because you're going to be hit hard by the people, and the bigger the organization, the more they're going to do to try to not get you to sue them. Okay? So it's going to be stressful. It's going to be stressful and self-confidence, because you're going to read all these papers and they're going to try to they're going to try to make you feel dumb. But just remember, book report. Back in school, you had to do those book reports. Well, depending on your generation, you had to do book reports. Keep in mind book reports, and you will get through this section. And this will be the hardest section so far. It's just getting the claim going and getting it filed and getting it pushed through the courts. That will be the biggest obstacle you're going to face. That's the biggest obstacle I faced, and my case is legitimate. So if I can do this, and let me remind you, this is the system that says I have less than a grade 8 education. This is the system that has relying on saying that I'm stupid, I'm undereducated, I'm not that smart. Here's my card up my sleeve that I've always had. I've always been smart. I've always had a photographic memory. Back when I was in grade 3, my grade 3 teacher always used to fucking say I was a cheater. I cheated on all these tests. I cheated on this. I cheated on that. And that's the reason why I flunked grade 3. Well, due to his always saying that I cheated, I took a lot of beatings. I'd get the strap from the principal for allegedly cheating because this fucking racist fucking goof teacher that used to keep kids in his closet, fucking, they had a closet in his classroom, so if you acted up, he'd tell you to go stand in the closet. I told him a lot of times, fuck you. He'd tell me to go to the office, and I'd just leave school. I didn't like him that much. He failed me. He caused me a lot of beatings, a lot of straps because he said fucking I was always cheating. So I had to hide my intelligence. So people never asked why I was so bored in class, and I would always act up because I was bored. I learned that I can learn at a fast pace. I have a photographic memory, so once I read it or look at it or whatever, it's in my head. Period. But anyway, it doesn't matter. You're going to be blown away by how many people are going to tell you you're going to need a lawyer. You don't. You need a grade 8 education. You need to know how to do a book report. And you just need a little bit of belief and self-confidence in you. I will be the first one to tell you that'll be the biggest hurdle you will face is the self-confidence and hurdle once you read all this. You know, the more you read, the more it tells you, because all on this page, it tells you, go to legal services, go to a lawyer, get these lawyer referral services. You're gonna be inundated with fucking information that says you're gonna need a lawyer to do all of this. You don't. Common sense, grade age education, as long as you can read, put in blank form, write, print, write, you're good to go. Now, that is just the first part of it. It's going to cost you money. I have gone to the second part. I found out recently I'm going to have to pull 4 cops' service records. That's going to cost me $100 because it's going to cost me $25 per, what is it? Yeah, general information. It's going to cost me $25 per cop for their service records. So that's $100, and then bus fare back and forth. And then for me, I don't like dealing with a lot of people, so there's the cost of weed for me, which I don't have anymore because I grew all mine. I was supposed to be moved, ran out of weed, ran out of money. Just know, this is expensive. If you are not prepared to go hungry for a week or 2 during the month so you can pay for bus fares, so you can pay for all the things that you're going to need to do. The serving, here in Canada, the registered mail, it's $15. You can register mail by serving them, but you're going to have to pay for that, which I did. And that's going to cost you a lot of money too. So you have to go to the bank, the post office, you're going to have to register the mail, and then you're going to have to pay for the registration. So that's going to cost $15 per fucking registered letter you're going to go out. That's going to save you time where you're going to have to go serve it yourself. So that's the only 2 options you got. You can register mail it, or you can go to the office yourself and serve it. But if you go to the office and serve it yourself, have your camera and film it. And especially if it's against a police or a government organization, They have no expectation of privacy because they are public workers. You can film them. If you are an ex-convict or on services or on anything where you have a meeting with a police officer or a cop come and talk to you, or you got to go to your worker, probation officer, whatnot, record. Always record. No matter what they say, it is your right to record. And by recording, you are only protecting yourself because we all know that probation officer, cops, social workers have egos and they will ruin your life because you might have bruised their ego. So always remember, record. If you guys want to help me, it'd be much appreciated. I do need bus fare. I do need to get money for these request of information for the police officers' files. And I'm not going to lie to you, I do need some weed. A nice, good sativa or hybrid weed for me would be great because that gets me up and it gets me to do all this shit and it gets me to at least be a people person. But please, do your research first before you go in and you fill these out. Before you go in and you ask 1,001 questions at the clerks. Those clerks are here to file the paperwork. They are not there to fill the paperwork out for you. That is your job. Now, you are adults, and like you were told in school, these are your book reports. You were responsible to fill these papers out and do them. So please, do your research. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. I'm more than willing to help people, especially if they're like me. Low income, undereducated, and just tired. Okay? I will be willing to and more than gladly to help you and to give you advice on things that I am doing or have done. Okay? But please, do your research before you go in, and then don't ask the clerks 1,001 questions, It's not that hard to do. I know it's daunting, but like I said, if this dummy, this lifetime loser can get this far in his lawsuits, then so can you. Remember, donate to a local pet food bank. Donate to a local pet rescue. If you want to donate and help us out, that'd be great. Go to Antisocial OG on PayPal. You can hit me up, send me a message. I'll get back to you. If you want to donate personally to me, no problem. But I would prefer you would donate to a local pet rescue, to a local pet food bank. Do me a favor because I have nothing to smoke. Smoke a joint for me. Keep me in your mind while you're getting nice and high, and have a good night. And I hope this helps out somebody.